I'm Jeff Mixon, and this is another episode of the Civitas Institute's Talk with the State program. Joining me again is Brian Balfour, the budget and tax analyst here at the Civitas Institute. We're continuing our conversation about the governor's proposed budget. In our last episode, we talked about some of the sin taxes that are being levied. Brian, we've got a big task ahead of us in North Carolina.
Certainly.
We're in the hole, so to speak, and we've got a fairy godmother that some people think will come and rescue us, and that's the federal government. Tell us a little bit about how that's going to impact North Carolina.
Right, well, not so much fairy godmother, maybe a rich uncle. Rich Uncle Sam coming in. Kind of looking at the numbers real quick, for this upcoming fiscal year, the federal stimulus package would provide about $1.7 billion for the state of North Carolina to help balance its general fund operating budget. And then going forward for the second part of the biennium, about $1.3 billion. The problem that you see going forward, though, once the federal stimulus funds, once they dry up, you look projecting out now 3 years from now when they come back to do that budget, they basically built in a structural deficit of just over $1 billion. And what that means is that they're going to spend, they're planning on spending more than $1 billion than what they're going to take in state revenues. Of course, the federal dollars will be there to fill that in 2 years from now, but 3 years from now, the federal dollars are not going to be there, and the state's going to be kind of left holding the bag, trying to figure out where they're going to come up with all this extra money to maintain that kind of spending commitments.
So if we don't have money, if we're in a revenue shortfall, one would imagine that we would want to address spending. Does this budget proposal reduce spending?
Well, not overall. When you use as the baseline the actual expenditures we're going to see this year in North Carolina, the governor's proposal would actually increase overall spending by $600 million. And that's, of course, including the federal stimulus dollars.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked to learn there's gambling in this casino. But there you have it. I mean, there's some cold hard numbers about where we sit financially as a state and how our leadership proposes to handle that. Brian will be joining us again, and we'll be talking about specific spending line items in our governor's budget and give you an idea at home just how your money is being spent here in Raleigh and why your tax bill is the way it is. So join us again for another episode of Civitas Institute's Talk of the State.